Hi there. As you can see, I'm wearing my favorite jacket, and today I'd like to talk about fake it till you make it, which has been a common, or let me just say, recurring topic, especially having had been in the creative industry and seeing that, you know what, this space is a very broad, here's fake it, here's make it. Yes, like, especially when you consider that this is something that you could do yourself without having to go to school for it. And like certain topics where definitely you're professional, definitely you're not. Sometimes it's just a self proclaimed thing, which I feel like a lot of things are in life. My first instance of fake it till you make it was when I dealt with clothes, you know? Already, obviously, when it comes to clothes, yes, you get originals, fakes, replicas, bootlegs. You know what I'm saying? And people interchange and switch all of these. So, with that being said, I guess sometimes an element of truth is really needed when it comes to dealing with all of these. And I feel like all of them are pretty relevant. Fakes being the least, but they're pretty relevant to a certain degree. And knowing that, cool, this is how you're gonna do whatever it is that you need to do. Because as I've noticed, bootlegs actually do great, especially when it comes to expressing alternative ideas, not from the exact house, or let me just say from the exact brand, especially with creatives, people customizing Air Forces, so on and so forth, and it going all the way to the top of making a V-Lone or, an off-white type shindig. And then that actually becomes an original in itself. But, you have the authentic sneaker before that. So with that being said, that's just clothing. That's an example of clothing. When it comes to styling, you think that, these celebrities have all these clothes. But nah, sometimes actually styled for an event. These clothes are rented. And it isn't a bad thing. It's just more so, it's a part of the game, the profession of looking the part, you know? Another one is, besides for, okay, cool, fashion, is that you'd also find in entertainment, acting. People have to embody a part and sometimes they get lost in the part. Hence, they need to seek professional help in order to get out of the part, which is pretty crazy. you know? Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows of a couple of actors that have gotten into that shindig. And okay, cool. That's, professions and industries. Now, when it comes to personal life, I was reading a segment of a book that I screenshotted from 48 Laws of Power, and it mentioned recreating yourself. And in essence, you have to act and carry yourself the way you want to be treated, which is actually pretty amazing, And it's pretty much a fake it till you make it type situation. I guess the problem that I've had is a negative mind state by connotating fake as bad, But then when you boil it down to perspective, you can look at it however you please. Because, when you consider the state of the world, a lot of us are faking it till we make it. You feel me? Like we're trying to become. We're in the process of becoming. Even businesses are never perfect. Hence, they come, they F out, get into financial troubles, and then get saved, and then constantly, become better or just shut down. Same thing with programs, you know? People constantly adapt their software, their programs, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of see that initially it's never 100%. It never is 100%, but at least you have a representation of your ideal. So I guess that's one thing when it comes to my personal life that I want to adapt. Because what my common problem has been when it comes to this is that I did not acknowledge the progress that I had made and how much that I have done within my teens when it comes to fashion. I guess there was a certain level of uncertainty and lack of understanding for how to approach it as a professional when it comes to that. Yeah, you kind of get blinded by your ideal and never look at the progress being made. And Pila would always tell me this, that, yo, bro, you've done a lot. You've done a lot. You've done multiple fashion shows, owned a brand, created this concept, created websites, created platforms, communities, ideas that other people ran with, designs that other people ran with, started certain people's careers, referred a lot of people to customers, helped other people start their own brands, and so on and so forth. And to a certain degree, I just feel like, yeah, I'm not at prom. You see, I always wanted to be at prom, so I guess that's been my F up in terms of, definitely placement. But then with that being said, obviously that was as a teen. As a child, you think like a child. As an adult, you adapt and you think like an adult. So with that being said, I'm here thinking that, okay, cool. As I get into this, that's why I say I am a software developer. I'm just bad at it currently, but nonetheless, I can create, It might not be the complete thing, but nonetheless, people have done more and gotten further with far less. Just HTML and CSS. Let's not even talk about React. People have gotten jobs, but I want to be comfortable enough to do, just to do front end development and be like, okay, cool. Now we can get into the journey. So yeah, that's been my chat concerning fake it so you make it, and I feel like it's best at all times to, per se, take on a more positive perspective and understand that, okay, cool, you don't need to be foolish, you don't need to break the bank, you don't need to put on a false persona, but then what you should do is actually embody, and take active steps at being who it is that you want to be. You feel me? Instead of just dressing like the person you want to be only on Saturdays, do it every day you get the chance to, when necessary, when you're like, you know what, actually, I can exert that effort. Actually, I should exert that effort. You feel me? And at that point in time, you are embodying the person that you are, that you truly are, instead of just being someone that you don't want to be. You see? So this gray area contains a lot, And yeah, I suggest that you read the 48 Laws of Power and definitely check out Recreate Yourself. In order to be a king, carry yourself like a king. In order to be treated like a king, carry yourself like a king. Be a king. So with that being said, hey, be you.